Hey folks, man, I should really film with my tripod on the porch more because this looks pretty amazing and I'm actually making use of my tripod. But today I want to talk about, you might hear some music in the background because people are just hanging out on their porches right now because of the coronavirus. I'm doing my part and I'm staying home, and right now across the street right now I am seeing some people just walking around the neighborhood and not maintaining social distance. It's freaking great. So today I really want to talk about role modeling, and how this really got started is with a conversation I had with a great friend of mine, Aaron, who is also my grade school buddy. So he's the only grade school buddy that I kept in touch with and still talk on a, let's say, frequent basis, because I live in the States and he still lives up in Canada because, as you may know now, I'm Canadian. I'm trying to get my green card here, but looks like everything's kind of on hold right now until we get over this coronavirus pandemic. But we talked a lot about relationships and how in both of our lives there had been girls that have just, to put it bluntly, completely wrecked us. And normally people would hold grudges and they would talk bad about them. And you know, he asked me if I ever felt like that, something along those lines, and I just told him that no, I don't feel that way. I realized that at this point, after all the work and personal development I've done with myself, that I'm at a point where I forgive her for nothing. And why I say that, it's because at this point I realized that neither of us did anything wrong. The only way that you could see something good or bad is based on your perspective and how you think about it. And you know what happened was we simply weren't in the same at the same point. She was at a different place and I was at a different place. We both had different ways of thinking and we just didn't match. We're like puzzle pieces that didn't match. And that's where, kind of like, when people don't realize that and they see things as, oh, you did this to me and now I have this grudge against you, that's a really bad way to think about things. And that's going to hurt you in the long run more than just accepting things for what they are and kind of acting on forgiveness, even though there's nothing to forgive. So we got to talking about that and kind of like how I got to that point, because you know forgiveness is a thing that really helps you, I think, in that it really helps you move you forward. Until you can forgive someone for something that they've done from your perspective, because, like I said, everything is based on perspective. Nothing's really good or bad. But from your perspective, once you forgive them, then you can move on. If you can wish them the best and say, like, yeah, I really told Erin, like, if she comes back and say like she needed help or something, I would definitely help her. And unless you get to the point where you can say something like that with every fiber of your being, with 100% genuineness, not to them, but to you, because what's most important is yourself and how you feel about the matter. So until you could say that, I'd say that you're still in a healing phase. So how do we get out of that healing phase? And it's funny because this is for Course Hack and your Course Hack community, and we're teaching about courses, but I think more so than courses, these are just like soft life lessons that I think everybody should think about. And it's just me influencing your mind and giving you a different perspective in the way of life. But so where was I? So Aaron asked me how did I get to this point, and it's literally just a lot of self-help and a lot of personal development, a lot of studying, a heck of a lot of books. Like, for the last 6 weeks, I've been doing a book a week. I mean, just this past week, I've done 2 books a week, so it's been crazy. A lot of reading, a lot of learning, and once you get to a point where you kind of find your purpose in life, then none of this matters. Who hurt you, who done you bad, it doesn't matter because you have somewhere you want to go, you have clarity. And when you're at that point, I think that that's where you can find forgiveness because you have something more to go after. You have something to live for. So all this stuff about someone hurting you, that doesn't matter anymore. So a lot of that is actually what really helped me the most is just finding role models because the books I read are written by people. The subjects that they've written about like overcoming heartbreak, that kind of stuff, finding the right tribe, that's all written by people and they've all been through the same crap that I'm going through right now or I was going through. So those are your role models. And it's gonna take a while, but you're gonna have to keep on working on it and finding influencers, people that influence you, and you have to keep on reflecting. And at some point, you'll find a certain group of people that you'll say like something like, if I were one of these people, they would never think like that. They would act with complete empathy and forgiveness, and they would move on with their lives, and they would continuously chase excellence and what they want in life. And I think that's really how I overcame all of this predicament, and and that's basically it. So that's what worked for me. That's how I gone to a point where, okay, you've done me wrong, doesn't matter. I have something I'm going after right now, and that's all that matters. So, especially for you guys, if you are just like hanging over a girl or just can't get over things, then you're kind of focused on the wrong things. You gotta switch your focus and focus less on women and more on excellence because that's what you want to do in order to move past everything that you're kind of facing right now. So that's basically it. If you want to know the whole story, then you could go to my website and subscribe to our email list where I tell you everything that goes on. I even have a book that wrote out what happened. So you could go ahead and read that book, read what happened because I'm not gonna go through it in this video. But that's just something that I wanted to talk about. The basis is to find role models that you look up to, that you aspire to be like. And if you're ever in a hard time, think something along the lines of, will the role models who I look up to act this way? And then you'll be surprised by how you act yourself. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. It's kind of different from our usual videos, but I feel like I like doing this, so I'm probably going to do more of it. And I'm probably going to write a blog to accompany this as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.